Sorry. Hi, everybody. Yes, another episode of rolling another toilet paper roll. My favorite thing. Plus bottles, plus doing chores around the house. So, another Sunday afternoon. I decided just to yank some rolls of toilet paper from the school, and away we go. You've seen the other intro videos of how this is environmentally friendly and sound. And before they used to have the large roll, now we have the small roll. So I'm assuming they got that from the Cineplex or something weird like that. So always keep your eyes open. Once again, put two tapes on to put two pieces of little squares of Scotch tape on either side, and let's get to it, shall we? Let's get to the work, shall we? I have an upcoming chapter read. It's like 40 fucking pages both sided, so it's like 60 pages or some shit like that, or I don't know, 80 pages or something. Both double column, both sided. So I'm not looking forward to that. That's for the next few chapters though. These intro chapters are at least 20 pages long, 23 pages long, double sided. So that's gonna be like what? Let's see what double-sided, 26, 46 pages. I don't know. It's gonna be quite the read. Some pages are 20 pages long, like actual leaf pages. Others are, in this case, 27 pages. So the chapter 4. So that's okay. I mean, it's almost done. We're almost done this phase of my life anyway. So everybody's gone. Everybody's moved on. So I'll be eventually talking about more friendlier stuff than this somber review of my life. And so once again, if anything goes out on the line, just tap on either side to align the column again, to align the width column to the width column here. Today is Mooncake Festival Day. So Mooncake Festival Day is, I believe the story goes that when the great Khans used to rule China, the Khans under the Yuan dynasty, eventually, as with all nature and all science, buildings collapse. Even brand new shiny buildings collapse. That's a given. You have to eventually tear down old buildings because they're too old, sickly buildings, structurally unsound for. Or even though the building has served its purpose and has served its unique architectural taste at the time. For example, these 80s buildings are beige brown. Most of the 80s buildings are beige brown. The government office buildings were, they had this really weird aesthetic, this really weird 70s aesthetic to it. And but like I said, the what's being torn down? Buildings. Oh shit! I'm getting more Alzheimer's, so I have to get more. Okay, we're talking about roll of toilet paper. We're talking about Asian buildings. Oh, Yuan Dynasty. So a lot of the buildings in the Yuan Dynasty collapsed. During the end of governmental regime reigns in China. A series of calamitous natural calamitous effects will happen. Old public works buildings will collapse, dams will collapse, floods will collapse, farms will collapse. Because of you need to create more sound agriculture that doesn't deplenish the land as much, or maybe I don't know. Maybe something an ecosystem collapse. It's normal. I'm not saying that we should go ahead and cause an ecosystem collapse, such as global warming. Hence me trying to use as much paper as I can. Because remember, the more you use, the more you preserve and keep off the shelves, the more they actually stay on the shelves, and the store doesn't go buy more of it. Then this ultimately translates to less demand for wood products or paper products. Recycle things. Recycle materials, recycle cardboard. So, I mean, the high demand will still be there. Of course, there'll still be extractions, but it'll just be less. In theory, it'll be just less extractions of XYZ material. In this case, tissue paper, toilet paper, the biodegradable toilet paper. or cans or papers or recycling of wood or just basic recycling. And I mean, the only reason why we ever should use actual resources is if you can't recycle it anymore. Like, see, for example, the shirt, right? The shirt is at least 20 more years, 20 more washes before it's dissolved. I mean, this lasts a good 2 years. So a lot of my clothes, a lot of my underwears, a lot of my socks still have have holes in them. Some cheap, like Asian cheap, Chinese cheap. Um, but anyway, as like I was saying, the Yuan dynasty. So the Mongol dynasty lost favor in its people. I mean, basically, if you're in China, if you keep the rice bowls full, people are happy. They can slowly stay alive and work on whatever unique projects they're living on their living, and like anyone else. That's why I guess that's why in the social work I try to use my skills to keep people living, keep people in the game, just a while longer, keep despair at bay, if not, preferably eliminate these sources of despair in their lives. But we're human. This is a sucky planet, so it's very heroic that you're still alive at this time, at this stage still. I mean, that's a good source of resilience, that you're still alive, that you're still wanting to fight. That's awesome. And it's our job to make sure that this desire is flourish. To inspire us, to cultivate this attitude in your life, this attitude in your life, to keep you going, just so you can continue to cultivate your gifts as much as humanly possible. I mean, people on this planet specialize in being assholes to each other and hurting each other. That's their talent. That's their God-given gift. Every God gives us all sorts of gifts. I'm not sure why he'll give you the sociopath, total sociopathic dick card, and if you play that, then you must play your role well. But if you're alive and you're wanting to recover, that's awesome. You're playing the heroic card. You're playing the I'm awesome and I want to live card. Even if it is to spite these assholes in your life, that's good. I mean, do it. Anything to keep you from jumping, right? But no, we want you to flourish. We want you to enjoy the good life. The objective of positive psychology is to inspire people to reach out for the American dream, or whatever dream that they live in, nationalistic country they live in. The American dream, the Chinese dream. And this is not my dream. This is just me. This is me. This is my dream. Living out the life where I'm productive and preserving the world and trying to make sure we make gains. The objective of the social worker is to help ally with people who are experiencing hardships through being depleted through the actions of others, their own actions, or the actions of nature. We're trying to be unnatural, and we're trying to be unnatural and trying to help you try to achieve as much as you can. And by doing that, it's trying to help you extend your resources. I mean, sure, I look like a weirdo rolling toilet paper, and you guys would rather see pranks. I don't have the beauty or the wealth to be a total prankster, or the social acumen. So this is my little corner of the YouTubes, This is my little corner of the internet. And you carve out whatever corner of the internet you want, and build your own personal multimedia universe, your unique expression out of that. The places where I can get, I can find, hopefully find How we find these rolls. So the gender neutral washrooms. Sorry about that. The gender neutral washrooms, they seem to have a lot of these there, downstairs and upstairs, and so I'll look for them there. There's also Cineplex. There's also, anywhere that I can gank these rolls, and I've been ganking lots over the years, and I'm a creep, I kind of get off with thinking of just how much shit goes on here. Another interesting project I want to work on is making some gross to fulfill the inner child in me. I mean, there was a stuffy version of myself in my 21s. I was 21 and I was angry and stuffy, but then that didn't last long. I mean, that didn't last long at all. There was the sturdiest part of me, and then there's the inner child of me just kept on living. The inner child died. The inner child keeps on creating weird combinations, and hopefully someone besides myself can actually pick this thing up. Then we have 2 people reducing 3, 4, 5, 6. Reducing the load of paper in their particular area. But I'm sure there's lots of others out there who are into DIY and do-it-yourself, all these weird do-it-yourself projects. I keep on finding weird projects like this on the internet, and it's good to see that I'm not the only one who thinks this way. And maybe I'm from the planet where people do things ecologically, and I'm just trying to be as ecologically as possible on this planet to reduce its load and start to build up a kind of a following to this kind of thing. So I think we're going down to the original roll that was made by the factory. Yeah. So this roll can actually see the light of day. This paper on this side can actually see the light of day in this mega roll up here. I've been playing some more of Warcraft and actually playing it for real this time instead of just team killing and use this. I'm going to compost this fucker here. There'll be a time in the future where we're all ecological, and then being gross like this. I'm actually being a pioneer, Being gross like this is actually the way to go. Oh, actually no. This is actually, see here. This is actually where I put the original stick of tape to add the things to keep this guy going. So now this paper can actually see the light of day. This was all originally mine. All the cereals originally mine up until around here. So yeah, see, the toilet paper is much more finer now. It's much more thick as if it came out of the factory. So you go to Walmart. When you go to Walmart, always visit the guy's washroom to see if there's go into the bathroom stall to see if there's any rolls of this or just rolls of this lying about, or maybe underneath the sink, and just gank them. You get a huge bank. They gotta see that you have a toilet. Don't do this while they're there, of course, because they gotta see that you're just taking their old toilet paper and not buying new ones from them. Superstore and Cineplex but shame on them. Shame on the factories for not using recycled paper or not newsprint to actually make the stuff. We need to do more recycling. Oh, look at that. That's nice and see. Look at that. It's nice and flat versus my fuzzy ones. It's just nice and flat. So yeah, being ecological, being friendly to your neighborhood, to the environment, you know. Me and my friend are planning to go to Cuba to go vacation there because he can't stand his stepdaughter. His stepdaughter is a tranny, but it's not because he's a tranny he's unbearable. It's because he's actually hyperactive and abusive to everybody, including us, who are trying to give him free pop and free food, free junk food, just to placate his anger, teenage anger. But he gets pissed off every time that we come in to watch soccer. We come in to watch soccer because Calgary has a new soccer team and they're doing quite well. And their year is impeccable, and I think hopefully Canada Premier League can actually create another soccer tier. You know, some fans pay to watch the sport, and it creates jobs. You know, creates demand for resources, demand for food and stuff. And then, because where there's demand, there's also the need for to preserve your profits. There's also a need to do things effectively. So, I mean, just because there's a demand on resources doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And of course, every company now has the responsibility, not the responsibility, but the ecological to control the ecological footprint. To try and control the ecological footprint and try to be as eco-friendly as possible. So. Maybe we go to some soccer games and there'll be lots of these rules everywhere. Actually, go to the live soccer games because we've been paying. I give my friend Alex a $10 a month to help him live, but also to cover the soccer. I'll increase it. I increase the allowance to $20 a month. The his Patreon thing. Once I get a handle on my bills and whatnot, I don't mind that. And that way, you'll support him and his art. This is my art, you know. This is my art, my artistic world, and it's weird. No one watches it. They think I'm a weirdo. And every time that I start posting these videos, I lose a few subscribers every so often because it's not YouTube videos. It's not Fuller House videos. It's actually, you know, leftover Fuller House videos. It's not actually real Fresh Fruits of Bel-Air videos or whatever. It's actually me being weird. If I do get a side, I occasionally do get a side audience. So yeah, that's a big rush for me. And if I can get a few likes every so often, that's from my videos that are indigenously made from my mind. And yeah, you're seeing. I'm actually posting my own unique, and we're all posting our unique perspective in life, and it goes into one big giant overmind. Perhaps in Cheyenne Mountain or someplace where they keep all the internet archives. These big giant Google Mountain or whatever. I know that Sony has one for music. I know the Mormons have one for all our genealogical records, but there's also one here. So there'll also be a time when you know I watch my videos just to when I'm down or just to see whatever I've done in life and just to pick up on some old philosophies. This is also a record for myself just to gauge where I'm going and where I've been the past 5 years of me coming on here. So every 10 years or so, we'll do a big giant review. I'll watch a big giant review of all my weird videos and all this weird stuff that I've posted online just to see where I've been. Do I still hold those perspectives? Have I changed? Lots of introspection, and we're doing a medicine wheel class over in the indigenous addictions class. The medicine wheel talks about change throughout time. It's not just a tape planner, but also a record keeper of our different changes in life. You know, our metamorphosis change, just like we're Zergs. And that should do it. Hopefully, I'll find some more toilet paper rolls and continue to compost these. I'll use this. I think I use it now. Yeah. This is a snake and ladder from the original roll. Snakes and some sludge there, bio sludge, so they get composted. She get composted. There you go. Put a side up there. We'll throw this into recycling over there. Oh, I angulated that wrong. It bounced off the, instead of bouncing down, it bounced off the wall. You see, I'll show you where it went to. It went over here. Oh, my legs are. I'm wearing shorts. Don't worry, I'm wearing bloomer shorts. See, it bounced off into down here. Ooh, down there. Who wears short shorts? I wear short shorts. Oh, a fan is there.